Good morning. Welcome to our 6 a.m. Pacific time moment of spiritual practice, a daily devotional based on the book 365 Science of Mind, a year of daily inspiration from Ernest Holmes, who is the founder of our movement, Centers for Spiritual Living. There you can see in the background there are additional books of Ernest Holmes that are also suitable for daily devotions. Now, today's reading for September the 25th, well, let me say it like this. It's about spiritual law. And I noticed for myself that when language in a text is dense or quite complicated, complex, it stimulates my intellect and puts my brain in a figure it out mode, thinking mode, instead of contemplating mode. And this morning's reading is a little bit like that. Let me just read the first paragraph for you. Knowing that the Word of God is the law of God, holding my consciousness high to the inspiration of the Spirit, I believe that, since the law of the Lord is perfect, my faith becomes this law operating in my affairs. So you can see there's a lot in there. I mean, indeed, we base whole class curriculums on the ideas in this text because there's so much to unpack in it. For example, in that first paragraph, we might explore what is the Word of God? What is the law of God? What is God? What is consciousness? And how do I hold my consciousness high to the inspiration of Spirit? And how do I distinguish between the inspiration of Spirit and everything else? And is the law of God the same as the law of the Lord? And what is the Lord? And what is faith? And how does my faith become this law? So it's a lot to just gloss over, right? So there are educational systems at a center near you where you can find centers near you if there is one by going to our website csl.org and look at the community finder. Or we also have education online on csl.org where we will teach the foundations of science of mind, spiritual principles and practices, change your thinking, change your life, the philosophy of Dr. Ernest Holmes. It's available to learn about. So I wanted to let you know about that before we had a moment of prayer. So instead of reading the rest of that text, I'll leave it up to you to read. Let us instead have a moment of spiritual mind treatment, which means affirmative prayer. So breathing in and getting settled, letting your eyes close if that is appropriate. I do this to myself, I invite myself, be here now, as if I could be anywhere else. But it's a way of letting my body settle and my mind settle. There is only one life, and that life is spirit expressing. It is present everywhere. It is the source of all that is. It sustains all that is. Being everywhere present, it is available everywhere, right here, right now. Life is always expressing its holy self through its creation, and I am part of that creation, as is each person on this call. I am made of Spirit's life. I am an expression of its creative presence. It is the source and sustainer of my being, of all being. I live within its infinite intelligence. I am an individual expression of it. I am here on purpose, through it. And I affirm this and I accept it for all of creation. From this realization of my relationship to and my presence in spirit, I affirm and declare that spirit's presence is active in every aspect of my life, whether those are celebrations or challenges or new experiences or letting go of old experiences. I affirm that there is in me this awareness, and it's a growing awareness, that spirit is active in my affairs, and this willingness increases my acceptance of all that is, with a deep trust in divine guidance that helps me navigate through everything that is before me in life. I accept the presence and activity of spirit in my life. This acceptance causes me to celebrate. A feeling of joy emerges in me. I celebrate my growing resiliency, my growing patience, my growing sense of connection and compassion to others, my growing ability to see through the conditions of life to the thread of spiritual truth. And this patience and this celebration, I realize, helps me when I am going through challenges to be gentle and kind with myself and with others. With a grateful heart, then, I recognize and celebrate this truth that is being spoken through me and through us as something that is already known in the mind of the Creator and done and alive. So I bring this moment of prayer to a close by saying, and so it is. And it is my way of acknowledging that all of this comes to pass, not through any act of willpower in me, but through the action of spirit and its law. And I let it be. And then letting the next breath I take be deeper than the one before. I begin to make myself available to the activity of the day that is before me. And yes, I see cheering there, saying good evening from Bhutan. Yes, we're in all different time zones. Thank you for greeting us. And thank you, Leo, for asking about the women in Iran. Absolutely. Thank you for being here, Anna and Rosie and Alberta and Carol and Jan and everybody that is here. I encourage you to take advantage of our World Ministry of Prayer. The description is in the broadcast description. The link is in the description where you can go and request additional prayer for yourself or for anybody else. Have a blessed day. And if you are part of a spiritual community that celebrates on Sunday, my blessings to you and your community also. I'll see you again tomorrow.